here's an eternal question for you. Can you get a good truck for 500 bucks? Okay, maybe not a good truck, but a decent truck for 500 bucks. Okay, maybe not even a decent truck, but the one that runs and drives and ready for work for 500 bucks. Now with prices going up, people would say no, impossible. But I'm saying you still can. Just to give you a bit of a background, I recently moved to Alberta, Canada, and everyone here drives a pickup truck. The bigger, the better. So I'm thinking, I have to get myself a truck as well. I love how these older trucks look, but I didn't want to get myself into a full restoration of a 60s truck right away, where I have to take the frame off. First of all, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and I don't have the space. You probably know the situation, right? After some research, I started looking for a 90s truck. They are not too old, but they still look classic enough. One truck caught my eye, so I go over to check it out. It was a 92 Ford F-150. Pretty old, but it's a beautiful blue color. Looks beat up a bit, but for its age, pretty decent. I come over to the guy's farm and he takes a screwdriver and starts the truck with a screwdriver. I'm thinking, wow, that's neat. I don't need to worry about losing a key, eh? The tires are from the 90s as well, dry rotten, the frame a bit rusty but not falling apart. It runs and sounds decent.
It sounds good!
So guy wants 1,500 bucks for it. I took some pictures of the truck and went home to think about it. Then I call him back and say, it's a project truck for me, I need to put new tires on it. You started with a screwdriver, I can't spend too much money, so I'll give you 500 bucks for it. And to my surprise, the guy says, okay, take it. So that's how I got a running and driving F-150 for 500 bucks. My first pickup truck. Ford 1992 F-150 XLT. So it has air conditioning, allegedly, or had one long time ago, and it has power windows and all kind of stuff. Towing package, I believe. Maybe T's towing. Need to look that up. Anyway, it's in good shape. It's in a very good shape. Missing some trim here. Front wheels are in good shape. Paint is only really flaking off kind of here, starting to flake off, and there is some dirt on top, but I believe it's just dirt, it's not rust really. So a little bit of rust here on the fenders, but nothing big. A little here, some damage here in the bottom, and some rust here on the rear wheel wells, rear fenders. So I picked it up from a farmer, so it's kind of a barn find, but it's actually just a field find because it's set for 8 years. For the last 8 years it just sat outside, I believe, and they used it from time to time to bring hay from the field. So it didn't really get any maintenance for 8 years, and it started right up. Oil is a bit dirty, but that's fine, I can change it. It has a 5.0 V8 302. As I said, it has air conditioning, nice tires on the front here again. A little bit cracked, just a little bit. So for their age, no, they're cracked more. Sorry, this one's cracked. This one's a bit cracked. But the rear, I believe, are a bit worse. But still drivable. So what they did, they were driving it just for to bring hay from the field, but it's in a very good shape, at least the body is, and not too much rust underneath. Let's have a look here. Not too much rust. Parking brake does not work because they said there are no hills in the area, and you can see probably no hills. They never used it. The tailgate is from another vehicle. I don't know why did they damage it. I don't remember. So it's from another vehicle, from a junkyard, and they just put it here from a junkyard vehicle. Really in a really good shape, except for some dings and dents. Bed is in a pretty good shape too. These aluminum protectors are here. You see the paint is flaking off underneath, but doesn't matter. This is what it's for. It's covering everything. Here a bit of a rust because of the damage, and the window starts to grow some plants, but otherwise it's pretty good. And here the damage is actually from an incident they had. They just left it in their garage when they still lived not on a farm but in the city, and they left it in the garage open, I guess. The doors were open, and somebody broke in and stole some food that was laying in the garage, broke into the vehicle and kind of just opened it and broke the lock, the ignition cylinder, started it, and drove off. And apparently the person didn't drive too far. They hit the concrete barrier here, and that's where the concrete barrier met the side, and then they dragged it a little bit more towards the side, and they left the vehicle there on the road, and the person fled. So that's the story. And I actually got it without the ignition cylinder. Had to use a screwdriver to start it, and also I didn't have any keys to the doors. I'll repair all that in the next episode, so please do subscribe down below. I'm gonna try to restore this vehicle, to do a bit of a paint job here and there, rust repair, maintenance, regular maintenance, fluid changes. Maybe I'll change the wheels because these are starting to dry rot, and I'm not sure I'm gonna pass the inspection with them. Not sure if the alignment is correct here. Might be a problem with alignment. No, I don't know. No, looks the same, roughly. Drives well, it runs and drives. Paid 500 Canadian dollars for it. What more can you ask? Here they just tied down the exhaust because it's falling off. It's starting to fall off. But otherwise it has a lot of hay underneath, but otherwise it's a good vehicle. The spare still there. Towing package, as I said. Ford installed towing package. Awesome. Nice knock around truck. So, and it's my first truck. So I'm gonna try to learn about trucking with this one. Not too much rust. It's everything's solid. I found only might be one or two spots where it was rusted out. The holes in the, not really in the frame, but in the where the body mounts are. And the interior, as I said, power locks, power windows, driver's side window works very well, the passenger side not so much. It has, what is it? It's a cruise control. 1992 cruise control. I didn't test it. Don't want to test it. The brake, the parking brake doesn't work. Doesn't really work. Probably rusted. I'll need to check that out. Also, the right front turn doesn't work, but that's probably repairable. And the windshield is cracked, so I'll need to decide if I want to change the windshield to pass the inspection or what I'm gonna do with it. But I'll need to change it if I want to have it inspected and insured and drivable for the years to come. And if we just sit down here, what do we have? We have a radio, and this unit should have AC. I'm sure it doesn't work, but it should have. And what's here? What do we have here? Manual. Ford series, F series, Ford owner guide, servicing, maintenance, record log, index. So nice little book. You see, if you have problems with your Ford, just call 1-800-392-FORD and they'll take care of you, I guess. So the truck came with a bunch of keys, but none of the keys actually worked on the truck. So, and it's an XLT trim. Very nice, nothing sagging here. I'm missing here a cover for the lamp, but the visors are in good shape. Even we've got a mirror here. Awesome. Awesome. What else do you want? What else do you want in the vehicle? And these seats, these benches, he basically had 4 kids, I believe, or 3 kids, and they needed 4 kids. I think they had 4 kids or more. I don't remember. So they had a lot of kids, and they needed more space. So he went to the junkyard and bought these wide bench seats, so his kids can sit all of his family can fit in the truck. And here's the original back seat. Come on. Here's the original back seat anyway. And this is the one that he installed, I believe. And I also have the original seats for this truck. The separate seats and cup holders here and like a box. And will be very nice to put it in. I'll make a separate video on that, so please do subscribe. It helps a lot. It's a click for you, but it means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow my channel, so any subscriptions, likes would be appreciated. I don't really need to, the lamp works. I don't really need to do much here. I'll just clean up the rust, put some rust converter, and maybe spray the bed. There's a dent there. I'll need to repair it. But otherwise, solid truck. Listen to that door. Now listen to the door. That's one solid door, and opens, sagging a bit. No. One solid door, sagging just a tiny bit. But look at this side. This side does not sag at all. Look at this. Look at this. Opens, holds. Beautiful paint job. Beautiful blue color. And listen to this door. Listen to this door. That's one solid door. That's a nice, solid truck. This might be leaking, I don't know, but repairable, definitely repairable, I would assume. This would scrape right off, I think. This should be fine. Let's start it up. Listen to that engine. Where are my keys? So, as I said, this was all vandalized. I changed it already, and I'll show you in another in a future video. I'll show you how to do it. But right now, where is my key? This is my ignition key. Hear that beep? Everything works on this truck. I can't believe it. Oh yeah. Listen to that V8. Let's have a look at it. These springs work. I mean, unbelievable. They all work. It's a bit low on coolant, but the brake fluid is okay. Listen to this truck. Just listen to this engine. Beautiful. Beautiful engine. It has a bunch of wires here that I don't know what they do, like this one. Not sure, I'm not touching it. Don't want to touch it yet. There's a bunch of weeds here all around the truck because it was outside and it was hauling hay. And I put a new battery in it, but not really new, remanufactured. I was cheap and bought a remanufactured because I'm not sure if this truck will be running this winter or not, so I just put the remanufactured one in it. And if I put it in storage for winter, I'll just take the battery off and put it on trickle charge and leave it in my garage somewhere where it will not freeze. So there was they did a smoke pump delete. The smoke pump should have been there, driven by this belt, but they just deleted it and put another belt in. I did change the oil, which will also be in a separate video, in a future video. And it does have some exhaust leak. When I started, I see smoke coming from here. So there's a leak somewhere here. Somewhere here, yeah. There's a leak there. So now, let's go wash it, see what it's hiding. this beauty. Much better. The stain is almost off. Shiny, looking sharp. Just missing the trim here. Let's see if it starts after the wash. This is my feet. It did not leak. It's my feet. It did leak a bit here. Where else? Well, here in the back a little bit, because I sprayed that quite vigorously. Okay, let's see. Started right up. Can't complain. And even the wipers work. Amazing. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and like the video if you want to see more. And it does mean a lot to me. It's just 1-2 clicks for you, but means a lot to me. Thank you. See you next time.